it, everyone. Giving up on somebody, giving up on something so special sometimes in life can sometimes be the most difficult decision you can make, especially when it's someone you love. We sometimes play songs, we try to forget them, but in reality, we can't forget them. We start to blame them, we try to say, it's this and that, they did this to me and they did this to that, but in reality, it's actually, they actually cared about you, but in reality, you actually try to do something that what you would consider to be impossible. You tried to force your love on them, and that is something that they didn't want. And when they didn't accept it and reciprocate it back to you, you started to blame them for your own faults. You started blaming them for your own issues. And this is something that I experienced in my own life, in my own experiences. And what happens most of the time is not that the person is at fault, it's actually you at fault. We need to grow up, we need to get bigger, we need to get stronger, we need to get more mentally stable. It's not that they did anything. It's just the problem lies in yourself. And later on you may forget the person for a period of time, but in those few instances when you're alone and all by yourself, you remember that encounter, you remember that time you spent with them in those closed doors. Remember those times when they said, I love you, and you said you love them back. You remember all those times and all those dates. And what happens over time is when that connection is lost, you feel sad, you feel heartbroken, you feel betrayed. But in reality, you, in some senses, we know when a relationship may not last, but we still try. We still push for it to last, but when it breaks, we are left with a sense of awe and surprise that this person can do that and this person can do this. We are left, why did they leave me? Why is it my problem that I need to change this? Then those few situations, you can't change the inevitable. You cannot change what is meant to be. And if something is meant to be, it will happen. So let me tell you this as a source of encouragement. Don't downplay yourselves in those two scenarios that I have highlighted. Both of the parties can be both right and wrong at the same time. So bear it. Bear the feeling. Bear the feeling of losing something that you once cherished, once you once loved. You cannot actually change the emotion, the anticipation of love that you felt for that person, but what you can do is move on. Both of you need to move on with your life. And if you're a guy, she will move on. If you're a girl, he will move on. So both part in separate ways still talk out of respect for each other, respecting the memories that you had. It had a saying, the person that you once created memories with now becomes a memory. It's a quite common saying in today's society. So let me remind you and ask yourself the question, why did it fail to begin with? Why didn't this connection last? It didn't last because it was never actually meant to be. Sometimes it was meant to last. Sometimes it was meant to last, but it was at the wrong time. Sometimes it was the right person, but sometimes it was the wrong time. You need to look and be encouraged and learn from your experiences. Take those lessons as something you can actually take courage from and use it as your strengths in the later future. Heartbreak can be something that is definitely striking to us, and we feel overwhelmed by it. We feel so surprised by someone so dear, someone so close, breaking our heart, but we need to accept it and move on and learn from the experience and not use it as a negative thing to influence our lives. So let me ask you this. Are you heartbroken? Are you sad? Are you at such a stage where you do not know what to do? Have strength, have courage, and have faith. These three principles are the things that makes us who we are and actually shape us into what we are meant to be. So find courage in the solitary confinement of your mind and move on. Eventually, you'll find something even more cherishable than the diamond you once had. Because over time, even a diamond loses its value, and you need to find something of even more rarity. It might be gold, it might be asphalt, it might be something even more cherishable in your perspective, in your eyes. You do not know what lies ahead. Sometimes what you're searching for, sometimes in life, can be right in front of your faces, and you don't even have an idea that it's right there. Search and you will find, seek and you will find. Eventually, you'll find the person you're looking for. Move on. Be of good strength. Be of good cheer. And that is everything for our conversation today, guys. Let's talk again later.